Well, I did say something about it, didn't I? Dark Log from the Diary of a Griever named John Weaver with just me. It's still May 4th, 2026. Time index right now, it's about 2:37 in the morning. Okay, so the previous video I was talking about trying to cover a few topics, including about Kent State, Ohio. And the legacy that it left behind and the bad taste it left behind that still echoes to this day. For those of us who kept listening to the music of those days, as old farts. I'm 60. Didn't even know what Kent State was. But I do know what an open heart surgery was in 1970, trying to save my ass. Okay, I'm going to do something gross here, guys. I got to forewarn you. Well, if I do it during the daytime anyway. But I still have a scar going from the neck all the way down to the thorax. And it's still there to this day. There were 3 mitral valves leaking in my heart. When I was born, I had plumbing and crooked limbs. The plumbing issue was the heart was malformed. I was born a month too early. So I was constantly getting issues and constantly sent to the doctor. No wonder it started up with my damn phobias and PTSD with the doctors, because I was born with it probably. That's a scary notion. But one sharp-eared pediatrician heard it, and I think a cardiologist got the wind of it and put me to the hospital. So I think the next day or two I was put under the knife. I know that they did some kind of scope on me. Stuck tubes through my arm, through my right arm, because I got the stitches for that one. And it was going into my heart just to see what the hell what they were looking at. And when they found what they were looking for, I was having a connection fit during that time. I woke up during the procedure. And they started doing the heart operation on me. And then I died 3 times. I died 3 times, brought back to life 3 times. And told my mother about the whole story about where I floated out of my damn body into the light, like it telling me it's not your time yet, go home. Go back. 3 times. I told my mom in great detail when I woke up on this one. But I had my family praying out there outside in the waiting room. Just they weren't quite sure they weren't quite sure of anything. They were scared. They didn't want to lose me. My big brother, 8 years older, sent a letter to the doctor before the surgery. Doctor, please don't let my brother die. My mother kept that note for years. Somewhere I've got it buried. Somewhere I've got it. My brother and I looked at that note that Ma saved for so long, right after she passed away. It was the hardest damn thing for us to remember. I'm grateful for being alive, but I had lifelong PTSD against the medical establishment I'm still trying to get through. But as for 1970 being memorable, I'll refer that over to the other video that I had concerning about Kent State. Now, I know people are going to be talking about May the 4th. Somewhere there's a lightsaber. There's a blue light lightsaber. I should have got myself a red lightsaber. I don't know what it was about, blue or green. That was the color of the heroes, wasn't it? And red was just Sith. Had to be a hero instead of a Sith. Well, if I know something about a little bit of science. See, red light has a lower wavelength, and therefore you can see it from farther distances. But blue is so intense, it's a shorter wave. Think of it as sound waves. You hear a car, or actually hear a motorcycle racing up towards you. The sound's so compressed, and it's sharp, and it's coming towards you louder and louder and louder, and then when it leaves, you hear it for miles on end. Well, uh, in science, light waves are like the same thing too. They use Doppler effect to measure stars, galaxies, anything luminescent. The shorter the distance the item is to us, we see the blue length. But if it's approaching us, now if it's receding, like a lot of galaxies are, it's redshifted. There was a lot of things I learned in the science classes when I was growing up, and watching other science shows. Yeah, science geek, science fiction geek. Somewhere in here I've got a blue lightsaber, buried alive like the worm it is, waiting for an emergency situation if we happen to have any power outages. At least I want to have some lights ready and available. I know the world's in trouble with Trump and his situation and his mental instability, not to mention the guys who follow him, the people who follow his ass and believe that he is the coming of the Christ or whatever the hell it is. Drives us crazy. But it's insignificant to the things that happened to me in the past that mattered. My chest operated on, my heart worked on, and the pump's still working. The 3 mitral valves, one was sewed up, the other had a patch on it, and the third they kept monitoring because they kept dying on them too many times. So I had to have cardiologists for about 20 years or more after that monitor my heart until it got to the point where they got tired of it. They said, "John, your heart's fine. Get out of here." Yeah. I remember when, about a month or less, when the skin healed up from the surgery. And they stapled it shut, by the way. I was surprised of the surgical techniques they use to staple a person together. They won't sew you up, they'll staple you. And they'll use the staple removers to get them out of you. And without anesthesia, it hurts like a son of a bitch. It's just as bad as going through debridement of your foot, which I'd gone through already, and I don't want to go through another one, but I'm going to have to in about a week or two. I'm not looking forward to it either. Panic. Anyway, I was saying so many things to my mother during that time, and she was embarrassed as hell. The cardiologist was going, "Don't worry, Marianne. He's just getting his pain out." But the language, it's not my fault that he heard all this stuff. No, but the pain was intense. I had several of them. Things we have to go through in surgical procedures. They couldn't have dissolvable catgut during that time. No, not for the external. So this is what happens, guys. It's nightmares that may wake me up in the middle of the night, but I haven't had them too much. Concerning about other surgical procedures, yeah. But as for today, right now, I'm alive, I'm breathing. It's an anniversary of my heart. Back in 1970. 1970. So it's about, what, 46 years? No. 56 years. 56 years to this year. If I had my old medical records with me, I could find out the date, but I don't know where the hell they are, so I go by memory. I'll do a May 4th celebration of Star Wars, maybe a little bit later today. Right now, I just had to get Kent State and heart surgery out of my head. And that being said,